It's 6:49. With the national average for a gallon of gasoline now around $4, Big Oil will be in the hot seat on Capitol Hill today.
Executives will be questioned about their record profits and a proposal to pare back some of the tax breaks that they get. And our own Senator Debbie Stabenow will be taking part in that hearing. She joins us now live over the phone this morning with more on that. Good morning, Senator.
Well, good morning, Brett and Emily. It's going to be a very interesting day.
I certainly imagine so. What are you planning on doing here? The thing is, oil companies get tax breaks. They have for a number of years for drilling and different operations they have there. You're saying we should take away those tax breaks?
Well, first of all, Brett, let me say that those taxpayer subsidies were put in place, some of them 100 years ago when oil was $17 a barrel. It made sense at that time. We were trying to develop our industries and so on. Well, now it's a very, very different time. It's a price of barrel of oil is over $100 a barrel. We now have these five top companies making the highest corporate profits of any company in the world, about $36 billion in just the last 3 months. And these taxpayer subsidies should not be continuing. And now we're in a situation where families are paying as much at the pump for gas as for their health care, and in some cases their groceries. And then you end up paying twice. You pay these outrageous prices, and then as taxpayers we're subsidizing their profits on top of it. So in an age when we've got to cut the deficit, this makes absolutely no sense, and I support eliminating these subsidies that don't make sense anymore and putting that money back into paying down our national debt.
Senator, if you were to do that, wouldn't the tax companies or the oil companies just push those tax that money they've lost onto us, the consumer here? Isn't this just something that's going to shift the burden from the oil companies to the consumer?
Absolutely not. There's no sense to that. I mean, first of all, the subsidies are about 1% of their profits. So if 1% of their they're going to say if they had to just cut 1% of their profits, they're going to shift even more onto us. And I find it interesting if they argue, well, you take away taxpayer subsidies, we're going to raise the prices. Well, we gave them subsidies. If we gave them more, would they lower the prices? I doubt it. I don't think it has any relationship. I think right now the problem is there's no competition. When you have to have an automobile, you have to put gas in it. The real way we get off of this is to have alternatives, whether it's these new great electric vehicles, E85, natural gas, clean biodiesel. We've got to give consumers choices so we're not held hostage right now to whatever it is the oil companies want to charge us. And that's exactly what's happening. So again, to add insult to injury, we should not be subsidizing all of this on top of everything else. We've got a huge deficit in our country. We've got to cut. Let's start with something that makes absolutely no sense to do anymore.
All right, thank you so much. It'll be a really interesting hearing to see both sides of this argument play out here. It's now 6:52. We'll be